So I'm here in Koblenz, Germany, to take a look at a very special bike, the brand new Canyon Strive, to see how it's changed and how it's developed from the old Canyon Strive. The Canyon Strive burst onto the mountain bike scene at almost exactly the same time as the Enduro World Series started back in 2013. In fact, that first 27.5 wheeled Canyon Strive took the win at the very first EWS in Punta Ala underneath Barel. But that was 6 years ago, and mountain biking has changed a bit, or let's say it's developed. Starting in 2012 as a 26-inch wheel prototype bike, it was designed here in Koblenz, Germany at Canyon HQ. And then it was ridden and developed by the 2-time world downhill champion Fabien Barel. The bike actually won the very first round of the Enduro World Series in 2013 on. In 2018, the Canyon Factory Enduro team won that team championship, and I'm mentoring Lars is the main. He's the team manager and head mechanic to pick up the bike, or should I say bikes, because I want to ride that old Strive versus the new Strive. There it is. Ooh. Canyon have invited GMBN out to Germany for a first ride on the brand new Strive and its all new Shapeshifter. But before I get too excited, let's get reacquainted with the old bike. Let's take it for a blast. The Strive is a bike with race pedigree. It's won EWS races. It's a bike that I know well myself. I raced it at the 2017 Andy Pacifico. And it's a beast, proper enduro bike, it can tackle that wild terrain. And with the Shapeshifter, it's an efficient climbing bike as well. The new Strive is again aimed at the pro riders of the EWS, but also the everyday riders that want to shred the bike down the hills, but it's really capable of pedalling back up. We must talk about the Shapeshifter, the really important part of the Strive. It literally changes the shape of the bike. From a full travel downhill mode bike, now it's 150mm compared to the old 160. It goes to a 135mm climbing bike. But importantly, it changes the geometry. It steepens the head angle and raises the BB for pedalling and manoeuvrability. There's a brand new Shapeshifter lever, but also the way you actuate it has completely changed. Now you just hit the downhill button. The next time you hit a bump and the bike compresses, it will go into downhill mode. To change to XC mode, just hit the button, and the next time you move the weight forward, the bike will change. So it's much more intuitive than the old Shapeshifter. Going from downhill mode to cross-country mode shortens the travel from 150 to 135mm. It steepens the head angle 1.5 degrees to 67.5 and has the same 1.5 degree effect on the seat angle. But let's be honest, the reliability of that original Shapeshifter was its weakness. So how have Canyon addressed this? Well, I won't bore you to death with all the tech details. Doddy will do that over on GMBN Tech because he's got a full first look at this bike. But let's say it's been completely redesigned. Canyon recognised that was the problem. So with Fox Suspension's help, this is the Shapeshifter 2.0. Even the way you actuate it is different and the lever up on the bar is different. Any other changes to the new Strive? Well, we've dropped 10mm. This is now a 150mm travel bike. There's a big change here. It's 29mm wheels only compared to the 27.5 Strive of previous. It's also carbon fibre frame only, front and rear. Enough chat, let's get back on this amazing trail here in Koblenz. I want to ride the new bike and see how it compares to the old Strive. The 66-degree head angle is not one of the crazy new slack bikes, and Canyon are keen to say it's not because they're being conservative. This is a fast bike, just with a smaller offset on the fork that's becoming popular with many manufacturers, not just Canyon. You get the desired effect, a stable bike at speed. In comparison, I think the old bike suspension feels a bit more linear, whereas the new one seems to take influence from the downhill bike. So it's nice and compliant at the start, lots of good mid-stroke support, and then it does ramp up, which makes the bike feel like it's got more travel than it actually has. Unlike other brands' designs to make a longer travel bike that also pedals, the Shapeshifter doesn't rely on a special shock. Whatever you put on the Strive, the bike will function as designed. So upgrade, replace, or even put on a coil shock. Okay, so there's some nice new features, or should we say developments to the Strive with that Shapeshifter 2.0 and the way you actuate that thing with the lever. But the real big change is the 29er wheels. And of course, some people always argue that 29 isn't as much fun, but to me, it always surprised me just how much fun these new 29er bikes are. Proper fast enduro bike, and for me, going fast is always going to be fun. It's definitely a bike that a lot of racers are going to take and ride very fast, but it's also a bike for the enthusiastic riders that love rallying the bike downhill, but don't want to pay the price when you've got to pedal it back up. It really does make a difference, and these new 29er bikes are really, really good at that. If you want to see Doddy's really in-depth tech piece about the brand new Canyon Strive, click over there. Thanks to Canyon for inviting us out here to Koblenz, riding these amazing trails. Give us a thumbs up if you like the look of the new Strive, and hit that subscribe button.